Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Yes, Nityanandam, and welcome back after this powerful darshan from Bhagavan Mahakala Bhairava. initiating us into the space of all powerfulness, never being powerless, and being beyond all fears, the space of Kailabhairavaham. And all of us are charged up. We're going to be resuming our Paramashivoham session. And first of all, as usual, our power manifestation session with today the power of the third eye reading. And we now invite all the participants to get ready for this power of the third eye reading. Remember, this is the initial level power, the first power that we are usually made to manifest before opening the doors to all the other powers. This power specifically is really amazing when it comes to opening the third eye. When that happens, all the powerlessness, all the blind spots, incompletions leave us, and in consequence, we gain many amazing abilities. First of all, when the third eye completely opens, we naturally manifest the best perfect body for ourselves, and we naturally make all our desires into reality. So like that, when we manifest this power of the third eye, we manifest our best authentic image. We just know that we are Paramashiva, that we are the ultimate, and we just never fall for powerlessness or for any low inner image anymore. So there's direct benefit to this power of the third eye reading, and we'll be reminding of the context, guiding all of you to manifest more and more and to have a breakthrough in this power manifestation. So now we request all of you to tie the eye band and get ready to manifest. If you don't have an eye band, you can use any opaque cloth to tie your eyes, but use something to cover your eyes, as you need the darkness. You need the darkness for your third eye to be fully awakened, and it will be easier for you to see or receive in this round of the power manifestation. So if you haven't done so already, please blindfold your eyes as we are about to display the image on the screen. And once you are ready, chant the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham, connecting with Swamiji in your inner space. Remember yourself as Paramashiva and surrender continuously at Swamiji's feet. Be a channel for Swamiji to manifest through you. So now be showing the image on the screen. You can start seeing through the third eye and acknowledge anything that is shown to you. Remember, everything that is shown, everything that you experience is given to you by Paramashiva, by Swamiji. Continuously surrender more and more to allow the deeper levels of the power manifestation to happen. Let's start.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham
Yes. You can now remove the blindfold and you can share whatever you have seen through the third eye during this round of the power manifestation. Anything that you saw, anything that was revealed to you, anything that you experienced, please share in the Zoom chat and we'll be having a look at the image to see if we have succeeded. And once again, you see, whenever we manifest this power of the third eye, we'll be seeing not only the surface of things, being able to describe the image or elements of the image, but we'll also see deeper things that we would not be able to see just with normal eyes. For example, if it's let's say a house, you may see a house, you may see what's going on inside the house, you may see the location, the country of the house, what is nearby, what are the surroundings. So this is the way the third eye works. So that's why it's important that we drop all judgments, expectations, and just learn to receive it, to acknowledge whatever Paramashiva is showing us, because there will always be much more than just what is visible on the image. All right. So let's now have a look at the image. You can share what your experience of the power manifestation was, and let us now see what the image was. As you can see, it was an igloo, so a traditional hut made of ice, lots of mountains and trees, clouds in the background. So you have seen any of that, the colors, things related to nature or housing, snow, or even felt the weather. Sometimes with the third eye, you may even experience the weather itself. You will feel that you feel the cold or the heat. So, or you may even feel that kind of a feeling that you have while being inside that kind of home. So that's why you have to be receptive to everything that is happening. That's one mistake that we have seen people make many times, that you expect that it should come like, like a visual in front of you, but it's a total experience. So whatever you go through when you have your eyes closed, you should know that this is the manifestation of the third eye. So that's why you have to focus on continuously unclutching and being in the space of completion, so that you are receptive to everything that is happening at that time. All right. So keep that in mind. We'll be continuing to guide you in the further rounds of the power manifestation. Now let's continue, and we'll be entering into our next session, which is going to be on the Swadhisthana Chakra.
Swadhisthana Chakra. So, in all our lives, every time, every moment, we fear about something, and the greatest fear is the fear of death. So, how to live fearlessly? This is a question that everybody has inside them. They fear of death, they fear of their job, they fear of health. There are so many things, even the relationship. There's so many things that human beings are suffering from the fear itself. Future of Fear of future. What is going to happen? Fear is one common thread, one common factor that whole humanity is suffering from. So the question arises: how to live fearlessly? And when your Swadhisthana chakra is awakened, you can live fearlessly. So Swamiji himself will be guiding us through this video, and after that we'll be entering into the meditation technique. So let's begin. Come to the space of listening.
Please listen. Fear. If I had to define fear, the self-fulfilling negative prophecy you have about your own life. Self-fulfilling negative prophecy you have about your life. If you believe in astrology, some astrologers written or told you that you are going to have accident in next 6 months, you will make it sure you have accident. Not believing in astrology is one of the biggest freedom you can experience. I tell you, even though astrology is a science, it's a great science, no doubt, but in the modern day, nobody knows the original science. Nobody knows the original science. It has lost its purpose, and in the name of astrology, the beliefs and incompletions you plant within you. Astrology is the best example. That's why I chose that. How many of you have belief in this astrology and go on reading every day or listening to TV channel? Raise your hand. Only one, come on. The survey says 90% of the Indians believe. That is why there is no channel where there is astrological readings are not there. Fear is self-fulfilling negative prophecy. Please listen. Nothing hurts you in your life than fear. Nothing hurts you in your life than fear. Listen. Listen. I'll repeat, nothing hurts you in your life than fear. Fear. Even if you have some blind technique to break the fear, I tell you, follow it. Now people have really some blind techniques. Just they will chant some stotra, some God's names, or some mantra, or even sometimes cinema song. Now people have their own ways in the night time to walk alone, as if that cinema song will drive away all the ghosts and drive away all the negativity. People have their own, but I tell you, even if it is a crude, raw, blind techniques, anything which can break your fear, even divert your fear. I am not even saying breaking, even if it can divert you from your fear, please use it, because nothing can damage you more than fear. Which would be more, the fear of the known or fear of unknown? I am unable to gauge. Neither fear of known nor fear of unknown. Fear of fear is the most horrible fear. Fear that you may have fear or you will have fear is the most horrible fear. Understand? Any definite thing does not create fear in you. You know for sure next year you are not going to become Bill Gates. You are not afraid of that. But there is a possibility you may gain little money or less money. You have your border. Within that only your fear will be playing. Fear, you may have fear itself within your possibility only. Within your possibilities only. You know for sure there are certain things in your life. You will never be afraid of that. Those few certain things. Death is a possibility, it is not certainty. See, death incident itself is certainty. But the time and the way in which it will happen, all those things are possibilities. We are afraid because the possibility, the freedom is there. The possibility is there. So the worst fear is fear that you may have fear. That's the worst fear. Nothing else is worse than this fear. Known, unknown, even known things can create fear. Even unknown things sometimes may not create fear. But the fear that you may have fear. Afraid of fears, that is the worst fear. Especially these phobias and all is fear of fears only. The moment you have an idea you may have this phobia, you will start having that effect of that phobia. I tell you, all your big patterns are just bio-clock, connected with some bio-clock, that's all. When that time comes, your mouth will ask coffee. When that time comes, cigarette. When that time comes, beer. It is just connected to that bio-clock. Few days, just move. Move them, move them, move them. If you don't entertain a pattern just for 2-3 months, you will see that becomes powerless on you and just dies. It just dies. It is just biological clock, nothing else. When it is morning, the Manipuraga will become active, asking for food. When it is evening, the Swadhisthana will start getting active, asking for rest and feeling insecure,
That is why the evening, always your fears will raise. Once it is night, around 10 or 11, the Muladhara will become active, asking for the sexual pleasure. This is just a biological clock. That is why the tradition in the Akada Sampradaya, always a sadhu has to take bath after 9 in the cold water, come and sit and meditate. He should not engage himself in any external activity, because any external activity you engage yourself at that time, it will only be searching for sexual pleasure. It will only be inspired by that fire. In the mornings, any activity you do, it will be only inspired, pushed by stomach, Manipuraka. If you are going towards fulfilling that, it will push you. If you are doing something else also, it will be always reminding you, I am here, you are unattending, I am unattended, asking. The breakfast fire. Till you attend to it, it will be asking. Same way, by the time it becomes Sandhya, the evening, sunset, Swadhisthana will become active, bringing life, giving life to fear patterns. By the time it is night, that is why I always insist after 10, you should only do completion and fall asleep. Any action you do, I insist, any action you do, whether attending phone calls or chatting, any action you do, it will be driven by the fire of lust. I tell you, all your patterns are nothing but your biological clock. If you don't entertain them, 2-3 months, suddenly they will become powerless. They won't have any more power over you. Sometimes I wonder, human beings not knowing how to get out of these simple patterns, they mess up their whole lives, getting into worst relationships, suffering so much, giving upon such huge, beautiful possibilities. Never entertain fear starts during sunset. Never entertain lust starts during the night. Never entertain the hunger starts in the early morning when the sun rises. Never entertain all these three, because they are not real. Never make a decision based on all these three. The hunger in the morning should not give you agitation, make you agitated if you don't give food. Never entertain all these three. I am not saying don't eat in the morning. I am saying don't entertain the patterns associated with that morning breakfast. You will see such amount of stress and the confusion gets awakened along with your morning hunger. Same way, after the sunset, the amount of fears will get generated.
The fire which is awakened from Mooladhara and which reaches Swadhisthana. See, whenever you are caught by sexual desires, you can feel very clearly the fire will be awakened from Mooladhara and it will reach Swadhisthana, which is awakened, which starts burning in Mooladhara. If it becomes more, you are caught by desire. You see, all fires, all your problems are only this fire. Whether it is a disease or hunger or everything in your life is this fire only. If this fire reaches Manipuraka, it becomes a hunger. If this fire does not raise a all, if it is imbalanced, it becomes a disease. If this fire raises and touches Swadhisthana and comes back, it's a sex life, up and down. Understand? Whenever, if this fire raises from Mooladhara and sucked by Swadhisthana, you die. From Mooladhara. If it reaches Manipuraka, fully burning, you feel the hunger. If it just reaches Swadhisthana and comes back, then it's like a sex. You go to the pit and fall into that. That is why whenever you finish the sex act, you fall to such a depth or such a valley, you feel practically you are dead. You are dead. The raising and falling of fire, the temperature, that heat, this is a sex act. And from the same Mooladhara, if the fire goes to Swadhisthana, it does not fall back. Just Swadhisthana sucks the whole fire. The fire does not fall back to Mooladhara, means death. This is a circle. Life. This is death. Over. One day night, some 10 hyenas, hyena is a animal, will be very shy as alone, but will attack and kill any human being if they are group. Children means simply they will kill. Simply they will kill. Children are the best dinner for them. They will kill. I was walking alone. It was Amavasya, or just near Amavasya. No light, dark. In those days, the path for going around Arunachala hill was very dark, a narrow road, not even a road, like a forest road. Some 10 hyenas are standing in front of me suddenly. In the midnight, I am all alone with just that one book of songs of Arunachala. From the lower abdomen, Swadhisthana, I gave the voice, Arunachala. I don't know whether the whole Arunachala hill vibrated with that. There appeared an old man with a stick, drove the hyenas away. They all ran away. Somehow I got saved. Otherwise, I would not be here. I will not be sitting here. I would have been sitting in their stomach within next few hours. And anyhow, I came back and I narrated the whole story to my Guru Vibhudananda Puri with the deep feeling. From tomorrow, I don't need to go to the hill rounding, walking around the hill. And after describing with all the masala and the whole thing, she heard everything. Wow, Arunachala saved you. And I also, of course, Arunachala saved me, no doubt. Next day I expected, see, once Arunachala will come and save. But how can that be a routine? So, next day she said, come on, go for the hill rounding. I was shocked. I asked, what do you mean? Will every day Arunachala come and save me? She just hit at me with one question. Will every day Ainas will come and attack you? Listen. I asked her, will every day Arunachala come and save me? She said, will every day Ainas will come and attack you? That's it. My mother, who is always overprotective of me, I'm going and telling her. She heard the whole thing. Then end of the day she asked me, end of the whole story, what did Pati tell? Pati means my guru, Vibhudananda Puri. What did she tell? I said what she said. Then she just walked into the room, into the house and said, all right, you go for the walking around the hill. She just walked into the house and said, you go now. Really, I'm telling you, it was a hit on me. Yes, will every day Ainas come and attack me? Then she said, if every day Arunachala also will come, go. I tell you, even now I am seeing it in my life. Whenever Ainas come, Arunachala comes and protects me. It may be 10 Ainas or 12 Ainas or 600 Ainas. Arunachala comes and protects. If I would not have gone next day for my walk around the hill, Giri Pradakshina, I would have continued to be a human being with one divine experience. Because I decide to go, now I am a divine being, one human experience of screaming. If I did not go next day, I would have been a human being with one divine experience of Arunachala coming and protecting me. Because I went, now I am a divine being having only one human experience of screaming in fear. Nowadays, I don't even need to scream and call Arunachala. He is there. Before even the Ainas come near, drives them out, destroys the Ainas. Any problem comes in the form of Ainas. He takes care. He protects me. He drives them out.
Wow, what a wonderful video Swami shared initially. The fear of fear is the greatest fear. So whenever the fear itself is not that big, but the fear of fear is the greatest fear that everybody is stuck with. And Swamiji shared his own story when he was going around the Girivalam, taking the round of the Arunachala. One day, the 10 hyenas came and he shouted from his navel center, and an old man just appeared from nowhere and dried away all the hyenas. So, and so he shared that if he didn't go again, then he would have been a human being with one divine experience. Because he continued to go, he became divine with one shouting, one human shouting. And Swami shared that when Ma Vivekananda shared to him, shared to her, him, when he was afraid because next day he would thought that she would not allow him to go for the Girivalam because such a big incident happened. But she said, you will be going because when Swamiji said, will Arunachala come every day to save me? She said, will the Hainas come every day? So with this, we'll be entering into the meditation technique of Swadhisthana Chakra because it is through Swadhisthana Chakra that we experience fear. So Swamiji himself will be guiding all of us. So come to the space of listening. Find a place where you will be performing this meditation comfortably without any disturbance. This is going to be a very powerful meditation. So all the participants, please find a place without any disturbance. Take a moment and also sitting in the floor will be the best. So if you haven't yet settled down on the floor, please settle down on the floor so that you can perform this kriya in a best possible way. So now let's enter into this meditation guided by Swamiji himself. Let's begin.
Now you guys will be going through, body may suddenly raise the heat and you'll have a little tiredness, but sleep, nothing wrong. And don't eat for next 2 hours. It's just half an hour process. After food again we'll start the next next. This is it. Just these are all traditionally our Vedic masters used to do. I have respect for all of them, so that's why I am doing. But all others, if you are not interested, you don't have to be here. But if you are interested, be here and attend. If you are interested, you can be here and attend. But it's not compulsory for all of you. All you people. But for these people, it's compulsory. They have to be here. But others, you guys also can go through. It's good for you. After all, it's not something bad or it's not something against. It is good for you. And even wherever you are, this energy is always good for you. Erasing engrams and coming back to present moment or uncatching yourself constantly. So any extreme emotion that happens in you, suddenly you will realize that you will uncatch. You will see a solid, peaceful center in it. Big commotion going on around you. People will be expecting that you will be shaken completely. But you will see a beautiful, peaceful center inside and you will be getting unclenched. For that only this Pranavana, Vyamadana, Samana means the 5 pranas. See, it's like you have a fire and have you seen the air blower? The air blower, just like air blower, the Pancha Prana will be awakened. It can be blown by the energy. So the Pancha Prana will be blown now and you will see your body will be little tired because the fire will be awakened. You feel like you will feverish. But don't start imagining, oh, I should feel feverish and I should feel tired. Don't do all these things. Just you be relaxed, automatically it will happen. And after that, don't eat for 2 hours also. Don't eat for 2 hours. And just rest for next 1 or 2 hours. Okay. Please sit straight.
The question, can we drink water?
You can drink water, no problem. Drinking water, now if you want to go drink, you can drink. After the session also you can drink water, but don't eat food for next 2 hours. After the meditation, don't wait for those. I think this Pancha Prana will be digested in it, that's it. Please sit straight. Close your eyes. Because you are clutching yourself with the body, you try to balance the temperature of the body. Just unclutch yourself. Let the fire which burns inside your body take over your being. Feel the heat, the backside of the neck. Feel the heat in the root of the spine. Feel the heat around the head. Just you do not interfere. Let that jnanagni burn. Om Chit Pingalana Dagadagavadamada Sarvajnana Vayasvaha. Om Chit Pingalana Dagadagavadamada Sarvajnana Vayasvaha. Om Chit Pingalana Dagadagavadamada Sarvajnana Vayasvaha. Hereby, I invoke the fire, which is the consciousness itself, which burns with the sound of hana, hana, daha, daha, pacha, pacha, and which completely unclutches you from all the illusions and which liberates you. Let that fire of knowledge burn in you. Om Chit Pingalana Daga Daga Pacha Pacha Sarvajnana Vayasvaha. Chit Pingala Hana Hana Taha Taha Pacha Pacha Sarvajnana Vayasvaha. Chit Pingala Hana Hana Taha Taha Pacha Pacha Sarvajnana Vayasvaha. Dehi Dehi Dabayam Me Swaha. Dehi Dehi Dabayam Me Swaha. Dehi Dehi Dabayam Me Swaha. The three fires which used to happen in my body at the time of kama, desire, at the time of disease, roga, at the time of fear, bhaya. Let all the three fires be burned. Let all the three fires be burnt away by the fire of this knowledge. Dehi Dehi Dabayam Me Swaha. Dehi Dehi Dabayam Me Swaha. Dehi Dehi Dabayam Me Swaha. Let me be unclutched completely. Ram 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 Idi Bicha Agnaye Swaha Vimuhaya Swaha Swaha Sudha Swaha Sada Swarupaya Swaha Om Swaha Sada Vaushat Vashat Om Namaha Sabdakodi Mantra Swarupaya Swaha सप्तकोटि मंत्राय नमः ओम सप्त बीजाय नमः ओम स्वाहा स्वता वषट् वौषट् ॐ नमः Please lie down wherever you are. Please put your hand on your swadhisthana. The root of the Jadaragni. Your swadhisthana, your hand should be on your swadhisthana. Swadhisthana means just 2 inches below the navel. Om Chit Pingala Hana Hana Daka Daka Pacha Pacha Sarvanyanyapaya Swaha. Om Chit Pingala Hana Hana Daka Daka Pacha Pacha Sarvanyanyapaya Swaha. Om Chit Pingala Hana Hana Daka Daka Pacha Pacha Sarvanyanyapaya Swaha. Om Aganyagani Bhutani. Om Aganyagani Bhutani. Om Aganyagani Bhutani. Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda.
Yes. So I hope that you had a powerful experience of this meditation technique on the Swadhisthana chakra. And literally, when you remove the fears, when you cleanse your Swadhisthana, you will feel so liberated, you will feel rejuvenated, and so much energy will be available. You will feel so relaxed and so at peace within yourself and empowered, free from fear to live with ferociousness. So you can share your experience and feel free to practice this meditation whenever you like. Now we'll be moving on into another session, as today we are exploring this theme of death, going beyond death, liberating ourselves from the fear of death. Now our next session is going to be on understanding death to start living. As you understood already, it is the fear of death, all the wrong cognitions that we have about death that stop us from living, that stop us from manifesting our full potential. And we continuously hold ourselves back because of fear that manifests in different forms. So now we'll be understanding death so that we can start living without holding ourselves back. So let's come now to the space of listening and let us receive and imbibe these powerful cognitions from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Sutra in Kathopanishad. The Upanishad says, if you do a ritual, Vajapeya, if you do a ritual, Vajapeya means in the Homa, you are supposed to give away all your properties. If you do that ritual and give away all your properties, you will reach the highest state in the heaven. One guy read this line and started doing that ritual to achieve the highest state in the heaven. See how people misunderstand the concepts. Naturally, when you try to do some, when you try to give some donation for the sake of achieving something, you make business deal. Naturally, you make a business deal. You start thinking how less I can give and how much I can get. This guy also started thinking in a business way. If the ritual says you are supposed to give food, he started giving in a cup, small cup, food for everyone. The ritual says you should give clothes, he started giving kerchiefs. If the ritual says you should give cows, he started getting the old cows, which is not useful, which is supposed to be sent for the slaughterhouse. He started donating that type of cows. The original meaning of the sutra is, if you renounce the idea of possessing few things, you will start feeling homely and comfortable with the whole universe. If you renounce the idea of possessing few things, you will start feeling comfortable and you will start feeling homely with the whole universe. A man who has renounced one home will feel homely in the whole world. The man who has renounced few so-called possessive relationships will feel related to the whole world. It's ultimate teaching. It's ultimate understanding. But this guy tried to practice in a very crude way. Naturally, he will not achieve anything. When you really renounce the I and mine with an understanding, the divine showers his I and mine on you. There is one great saint, he says towards the Lord, "O Lord, I have given my I and mine to you. You gave your I and mine to me. Understand who is the winner? I am only the winner. I am the intelligent guy. My I and mine is nothing but suffering, but yours is nothing but bliss. I just gave suffering and got the bliss. I am the winner, not you. I am the best businessman." He says, I purchased you by paying my ego. I purchased you by paying my ego. You can purchase him by paying your ego. You can have him by paying your ego. But all our relationship with God is more or less like a business. We try to make only business deals from him. God is more or less like a business thing for us. He is not an existential experience.
Please listen. Incompletions just remembered becomes your muscle memory. It upsets you, puts you in low mood. Incompletions rehearsed again and again becomes your biomemory. When something becomes your biomemory, you simply make that start happening in your life. Incompletions relived becomes your failure. Understand? Incompletions remembered becomes your biomemory, muscle memory. Incompletions rehearsed becomes your biomemory. Incompletions unconsciously relived becomes your failure. If you consciously relive the incompletions and relieve them, it becomes liberation. So listen, step by step I am explaining. Remembering is the way anything enters into your system. Please understand. Practice makes you a yogi. Manana, internalizing, makes you a jnani. Action makes you a great karma yogi. Remembrance can either make you a great devotee if you are remembering right things. If it is unconscious flow of remembrance, it can destroy the life and make you a failure. Please understand, what you remember again and again is very important. It is for the sake of right remembrance the lifestyle in spiritual pilgrim centers or monasteries are taken up. One of my Swami was telling me, Swamiji, there is a place where they make you speak in Sanskrit, think in Sanskrit, write in Sanskrit. Within 14 days they make you fluently speak in Sanskrit. I immediately told him to find out the details and I am going to go for that course. Please understand, I am going to attend this course. Even though I know little Sanskrit, I wanted to speak in Sanskrit fluently. I am going to go and attend this course. And my Swami said, no, Swamiji, we can get those teachers to our ashram and teach. I said, no. If you have to learn, you have to be a student, you have to go to their place with tadviddi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya. Whatever offering you need to give for the Guru, with that, with humbleness, you have to go to that place. I said maybe some 20-30 of us, all our sannyasis, we will all go together, but we will stay there and learn in their compound, in their campus, in their place. Wherever you live, those things you remember.
Understanding about death will liberate you from this catch-20, where you are caught. Being caught cannot be considered as living. So understand, all of us know only two states in our life: death and dying. Death and dying. Where your perception of the known ends, it is called death. Where your perception continues to torture you, it is called dying. Listen. I am introducing one of the important sacred secret about death to you. When death is staring at somebody, decide to stare at him. Understand the secret. Whenever you stare at somebody, even if he was looking at the other direction, automatically his eyes will come and get fixed on you. Death may be staring at some other direction. If you decide to stare at him, his eyes will move, come and get fixed on you. That will be a beautiful looking at each other. That will be the best way of looking at each other. Because when he is looking at somebody, if you are staring at him, then his attention falls on you. Slowly, 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 both vision will merge. You will have enough time to breathe, enough time to align yourself, enough time to settle with whom you are staring, to whom you are staring, with whom you are going to share yourself. But when he is staring at you, it will be too much heavy. It will be literally like a me burning somebody. When Mahadeva stares, you can't look back. You won't be able to look back. You won't be able to stare back. Before death decides to look into your eyes, decide to look into his eyes. Before it decides to look into your eyes, decide to look into his eyes. Because during the dying, listen, I am equating you staring at the eyes of the death when he is staring at somewhere as dying, and he staring at you directly is death. He staring at your eyes directly is death. You staring at him when he is staring at somebody else is dying. One good thing, during the process of dying, the process of rebirthing is more known and available to you. Is more known and available to you. Your biomemory can cherish the dying and rebirthing in a beautiful way and transform itself.
I had my sannyas in the bank of Ganges, Ganga, in Calcutta. The man who gave sannyas is not enlightened, but the man of high tapas, a very elderly person, maybe I think when I met him, he was 93. He passed away. He passed away in 6 months. I think I'm the last person who received sannyas from him. Maybe one or two more. Elderly man who is continuously used to do tapas, the meditation. According to sannyas ritual, we take bath in the Ganga. First we do the fire homa, burning everything. And then just we take bath in Ganga and come without any clothes, just as we are born. Then when we come and fall at the feet of the master, he just gives this rope, this cloth. He puts on rope around our hip and blesses us with a new name. The new name. To signify the past is dead. You are no more an old person. They get the new name. They are given a new name. See, the new identity, the new name, does miracles. Because you totally disconnect yourself from the past. Continuously remembering that new name has got a great effect, has got a great feeling. It just totally makes you feel you are newborn. You are somebody who is new. You are totally somebody who is really fresh and alive. So now let me explain the mantras. You will all burn. You are going to do that. Actually, you are going to burn all your past, all your desires, all your worries, all your guilt, all your pain, all your so-called joys, every layers will just burn. Consciously, totally put it in the fire. You will see you are cut. The whole past is cut. You totally disconnect yourself from the past. Really. This is the way to come out of the cosmic layer, all the nirvanic layer, all the 7 layers. Finally, the final touch, the Master's grace or the Master's blessings. I think we will enter into the meditation. When you finish the meditation, then we'll see about the next step. I'm going to read few mantras, then I'll explain, then I'll give you the instruction. These are the sacred mantras. It's called Virajahoma, means the burning the aggressiveness, burning the past. Raja means dust, dirt.
How do you spell that for me?
Viraja. Viraja vibhakma bhuya sakkum swaha pranavanam vyanodana samaname sujjantam jyotiraham viraja vibhakma bhuya sakkum swaha Vangmanasakshutvat jikva srutragrana Reto bahudahudi sudyantam Viraja vibhakma bhuya sadgum Swaha Tvakcharma magunsa Rutirameto majjas Snayabhustodhi sudyantam Jyotiraham Viraja vibhakma bhuya sadgum Swaha Sirappani Pashva Prutva Janta Shraddhopacharas Payavo me Sudyantam Jyotiraham Viraja vibhakma bhuya sadgum Swaha Uttishta Purusharida Pingala Lohidaksha Degi Degi Davayam me Swaha Sudyantam Jyotiraham Viraja vibhakma bhuya sadgum Swaha Prativyavastejo vayurakasame sudyantam Jyotiraham viraja vibhakma bhuya sadgum Swaha Sabdasparsha ruparasagantame sudyantam Jyotiraham Viraja vibhakma bhuya sadgum Swaha Mano vakkaya karmani me sudyantam Jyotiraham viraja vibhakma bhuya sadgum Swaha. It means there are so many things included in this. Let me give you what actually you wanted. Because in this they say that let us purify the whole world, let us purify the whole universe. Of course, when you are purified, the whole world is purified. Understand, you are going to disconnect yourself from the past. Consciously, totally. Don't think how imagination can work for me. Imagination can do miracles. Sit for a few minutes and imagine all your wounds, all your suffering, all your guilt, all your pain, all your tears, all your joy, whatever you had, all your desires, all your karmas, in the color of black, bring it to the papers which you have in your hands. If you want, now you can sit and read the whole thing once, so that it will be easy for you to remember one by one. When you read, relive with you, just relive the pain, relive the desire, relive the guilt, relive the past. From first line to last line, read by yourself. Read it for you. Relive the whole past, the gist of your whole life in the notebook. So, when you finish the meditation, the whole past should be in the notebook. Start. My blessings.
Yes. So once again, Swamiji revealed very powerful truths about that and how inevitably Yama, the Lord of Death, will gaze into our eyes at some point. But if we decide to look into his eyes before he gazes at us, and then what will happen? His eyes will automatically be turned towards our own, and he will start to reveal the secrets of that. In another satsang, actually, Swamiji said, Yama, the Lord of Death, is your friend. Never think that he is your enemy. Even that itself is a boon that is given by Paramashiva to all the beings in the cosmos so that they can rejuvenate themselves, so that they can start new life. Now, that is a boon. And Yama is the first being in the cosmos who experienced that as a rebirth. And he's the first being who went through the process of dying and was reborn, rejuvenated. And whoever approaches him with a space of inquiry, like a disciple or even a friend with a friendly, devotional attitude, and he will start to reveal all the secrets of death to them, as Swamiji was saying, how even during the process of dying, our biomemory can experience this whole happening and take that opportunity to experience rebirth, rejuvenation. So all of us need to spend some time to contemplate on the nature of that, and you can connect with Yama himself. He is a living being, he is alive, he will respond. You can connect with him, decide to look into his eyes before they turn towards you at the time of death, and you will see that he will reveal all the incidents, all the incompletions, which are the real form of death that we should be afraid of. This is whenever we are clutched with all our delusions, our negativity, violence, incompletions, that that becomes a traumatizing experience, as we learned even before with this sadhu who, at the time of death, all the desires, unfulfilled emotions, and all that were awakened in the body. So same way, we need to gaze into the eyes of death and have these this awakening inside us, bring the completion and have the conscious conscious experience of it. So now we'll be continuing, we'll be entering into another session on a Q&A on that with Swamiji will be revealing further truths about that in the cosmos. Let's start.
Listen. I'm going to read out the Akashic records. Sit sincerely, intensely. I can directly download the whole records into your being, and it can manifest in you directly as realization. Listen. Kala means the dimension of the universe in which the vibration component, the Parashakti component of Paramashiva manifesting. Understand? When Paramashiva decided to become many and celebrate himself, his Parashakti, decision to become many, started operating on the dimension called Kala. I'll give you an example. Just zoom out. See the space where big bangs and black holes happening simultaneously, billions of planets, suns, moons, stars moving, taking birth, living for millions of years and disappearing simultaneously. That space is Kala. Meditate on that space. In Kala, life comes, lives for billion years and relaxes simultaneously. Billion year, beginning and the end exists simultaneously. Without any gap, billions of years exist simultaneously. That dimension is Kala. Understand? Understanding about Kala, meditating on Kala, cognizing Kala will liberate you from death now. You will understand there is no death. Kala Bhairava gives you eternal life when you decide to be life positive. Extreme love is life positive, constantly contributing, sharing yourself. Extremely loving is the smell of life positivity. That is the source of Kala Bhairava. That is Kala Bhairava. Listen. In the world, there are only two types of people. One, continuous contributors. People who go on contributing, loving, caring, enriching. From the time I remember me, the only job I do is continuously enriching each one of your consciousness, adding the best to your best possibility. Understand? You have multi dimensions: body dimension, psychology dimension, physiology dimension, mind dimension, emotion dimension. Your ultimate dimension is consciousness. I go on contributing, enriching your conscious dimension. From the time I know me, I remember me, I continue to do only one thing, that is constantly contributing and enriching to each one of your conscious dimension, the ultimate dimension of you, consciousness. In the world, there are only two types of people. One, people who go on contributing, contributors. The other, people who go on try to destroy, devils, demons, rakshasas. Understand? Death is the door to different possibilities. Death is the door to the happening. When past and future overlap the life, it gets deluded and forgets its original, natural existence. Death is the moment the influence of the past and the influence of the future is completely moved out. Life stands still in its natural existential reality. Life can be experienced in its purest form in death. Every meditation, every spiritual technique, every kriya helps you only break few patterns, few samskaras, few engrams, but death helps you to break all the patterns, all the possible karmas, all the possible engrams, including agamya prarabdha sanjita. Death can be a great door to experience life existentially. Most of the beings experience life only during death. It is unfortunate they are afraid of their own life's peak existence. It is paradoxical. Beings which are supposed to be excited about life are afraid of the life which expresses itself intensely during death. Death is only for the things which can die in you. But you are deathless. If you are worried about death, you always associate yourself with objects which can die. Objects which can die is not you, neither part of you, nor existential you. It is just added to you. Kalabhairava, when he uses this body, he knows very clearly he is using this body, this brain, this system to relate with the universe, with the human beings. The moment he finishes the job of relating, he does not identify, possess, associate, own, be one with this body or the brain he uses. When you do not own, possess, feel one with the body you are carrying, you will have body and brain, not mind. Mind is the pollution created when you handle the body and brain. Beings having only body and brain, not mind, are pure beings, not afraid of death, as they understand that they are deathless. It is mind creates the association, possession, ownership, and creates the idea of death. Death is liberation and celebration. It is a natural conscious digestion process, gift given to every individual soul tormented by the ignorance that they are separated from the whole, constantly reminding them anything which separates them, including the concepts, is impermanent. Anything which makes them feel as departed part of the whole is impermanent. To make every individual soul understand that the concept of your individuality is imagination and impermanent, death is given as a natural boon to the whole universe. Here, Mahadeva reads out the signs of death for the seekers and for the people who want to cross the death. Death is of 7 types experienced by human beings. First, the man who feels he is nothing more than a body. He experiences oblivion as death. He feels end of his identity is death. End of his individual existence is death, which is obviously false. Illusion, delusion, which brings tremendous suffering, and the suffering constantly tortures him and does not let him live even while he is having the body. Next, the person who is completely centered on desires. He has a greed and cannot understand the possibility for a breakthrough. So he continuously extends his greed even after he leaves the body. All the concepts exist in all half-baked philosophies and religious concepts, the concepts of heaven, an extended life where the desires are fulfilled, where the continuum of the desires exist, is extended delusion of desire-based individual identity setup. The fourth death, death from the pain. Even the pain is also a projected delusion from the root pattern. It does not exist and it cannot coexist with the existence of the cosmic soul, as the cosmic soul's presence is felt every day by your individual soul in the deep sleep and the restful awareness. The pain pattern also faces the death. When the pain pattern faces the death, the experience the individual soul goes through is depression. Depression is not even the existence of pain. When you don't even project your pain, when you are not even capable of projecting your pain on the reality, the comparative reality, the constant torture you do to yourself with the seed is depression. Seed which cannot grow but continues to exist as a living seed is depression. The death from the depression is the sixth death, called dark night of the soul. Every soul goes through this dark night during the sleep in the form of a unrememberable nightmare every day. Morning, when you come out of the nightmare and can't remember the scenes but only can experience the feeling of the nightmare, it is dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul is the near-death experience for so many individuals. All the individuals who record the near-death experience as being pulled into the cave and pushed out with a tremendous pain is near-death experience, which is nothing but the dark night of the soul in the long term. When the dark night of the soul happens every night, it is called nightmare. When the nightmare happens once in a life, it is called near-death experience. So the seventh death, the seventh form of the death, which is beyond the dark night of the soul, happens as nibbana, nirvana, extinction of the individual deluded identity. The extinction of the individual deluded identity is the ultimate death, which is liberation and celebration. What you feel as your identity is your identity centered on the body, then oblivion is the obvious truth about your death. If your individual identity is centered on desire, guilt, pain, resurrection is the obvious truth about your death. If your individual identity is capable of going through the depression and dark night of the soul, reincarnation is the truth about your death. If your individual identity is prepared while in the body itself to go through even the depression and the dark night of the soul, unable to exist without the help of the body and mind, enlightenment, liberation and celebration is the truth of your death. Death is not end or extinction of existence. It is just climate change on your body and mind. Whenever many deaths of mind happens in same body, it is spiritual evolution. If many bodies die in the same mind, it is unconsciousness, spiritual endarkenment. If more minds die in same body, you are spiritually growing, evolving. If more bodies die in same mind, you are spiritually going down, destroying yourself. Again and again and again, bodies die, minds die. Blessed are those in whom many minds die in one body. Continuously allow minds to be dying. Let your mind, even if you think in a best space, allow it to die. Allow it for transformation. Allowing the mind to die every time in the same body leads you to the highest liberation and celebration. The concept of money, possession, ownership is the side effect of inability to accept the death of the body. The feeling of your son is your extension is also the inability to accept the extinction of body. When you are ready to accept the extinction of the body, the part of you which does not die goes through a powerful transformation and liberates itself from the dying component of you, which is the body. Through this way, it achieves a space where there is no extinction, where there is no death. Death is the most powerful mechanism either to get enlightened or to get yourself drowned in deeper and deeper unconsciousness. Every day, when you fall asleep, it is equivalent to death. When you wake up, it is equivalent to birth. From the deep sleep, if you come to the dreaming state, It is unconscious birth. From the deep sleep, if you come directly to the waking state, it is conscious birth. Every day you go through birth and death. How you behave with this birth and death, which is happening every day, is going to decide how you are going to behave with the birth and death which is going to happen with your body. Because every day birth and death is nothing but the direct glimpse of the long, big birth and big death, which is only as a difference in time but not in space or the place. Your everyday birth and death and every life birth and death happens in same space and place. Only time difference between one birth and the other birth. The time difference between birth death of one and the birth death of the other is different. Death is Guru and God, not oblivion as perceived by body-centered individuals. Death is a boiling process. Whenever your engrams, desires, fear, greed, everything is boiled in the high energy, there is a possibility your desires can become reality, your fears can be conquered, you can be free from both desire and fear if you are ready, courageous enough to face the process with consciousness. Understand? During the death, your desires come in front of you just to make you understand the disillusionment which can be caused by their presence. Fears come in front of you, make you understand they cannot frighten you anymore. But if you do not have the awareness to look into them, you get deluded by them even while they come to reveal the truths about them. It is like mistaking a friend to be an enemy, and before even the friend expresses his friendliness, you thinking he is enemy and dealing him with a different attitude. So when the desires and fears come in front of you during the moment of death, have patience and restful awareness to look into them. They are coming in front of you just to tell you their disillusionment and their ability that they can't frighten you anymore. By not looking at them with a deep restful awareness, those desires are given a wrong extension of life by your unaware unconscious mind. When the desires are given a wrong extension of life, what you experience is heaven. When the fears are given the wrong extension of life, what you experience is hell. with restful awareness, when you deal both of them, what you experience is liberation. Death can be a great guru to liberate you, and God to give you the ultimate. Having restful awareness in every moments of your life during the great attacks of fear and greed while you are in the body is the best way to prepare for the death and ability to handle your fears and greeds which you may encounter while you leave the body. Moment of the leaving the body is of great importance. That moment will decide the way you are going to continue your further journey. Every fear you accumulate, every fear makes you feel agitated, every fear which you do not want to think or remember, go through, go into all those fears consciously, neither deciding to save yourself from that fear, nor having greed to achieve what you are afraid of. So, without having the greed or fear, enter into the fear. Naturally, the fear will lose its quality of fear when you do not carry fear or greed for the fear. Greed has its quality of greed because you are greed for greed and fear about the greed. Same way, the fear has the quality of fear because you are fear for the fear and indirect greed towards the fear. So when your fears are approached with fearlessness and greedlessness, the straightening out of your consciousness every day happens. The change of consciousness from Jagrat to Swapna, Swapna to Sushupti, the waking state to dream state and dream state to the deep sleep state happens because your awareness is not straightened out. Either the bumps of the fear or bumps of the greed responsible for your consciousness jumping from waking state to dream state or dream state to deep sleep state. If you remove all the bumps of the fear before falling asleep, you will not fall asleep, you will fall into something called restful awareness, which is recorded by the word Turiya by the earlier mantra drashtas. So the word Turiya denotes the state of falling into the restful awareness without the bumps of fear or greed. Every night, remove all the bumps you created during your daytime through fear or greed. Continuous practice of removing all the bumps of fear and greed by facing them will help you to fall into the state of Turiya. This is what Mahadeva calls as death process, Nirbhaya Dhyana. as Mahadeva. It is my own words. People who live and leave their body in Varanasi get liberated. Along with living and leaving, there was some spiritual preparations prescribed, like doing ajapa and constantly being aware of the third eye Agnya Chakra. The whole air and the atmosphere was filled with these divine instructions and the spiritual practices and maintained by myself as Kala Bhairava. Still now, anybody who is not capable, who is not practicing these practices for the minimum required amount, will be moved out of Varanasi's boundary before they leave the body due to some reasons out of their ignorance or by the natural forces. So, anybody who lives and leaves their prana in the Varanasi boundary naturally, directly is liberated and achieves enlightenment.
Yes. Understand, these revelations are directly from Akashic records. These are Akashic readings given by Swamiji directly as Bhagwan Kalabhairava himself. And there are many such Akashic readings available on Swamiji's official YouTube channel. You can find all of them there and watch and re-watch them until you imbibe all these powerful cognitions, such rich, immense knowledge that Swamiji has revealed on various topics. Here it's about death. Swamiji has also given Akashic readings on karma and many other topics. Feel free to rewatch even this live stream if you feel like rewatching this session and these deep revelations from the Akashic records. And with this session, we also come to the end of today's sessions and of the glimpses of Paramashivoham, as tomorrow, Paramashivoham, the main program, will be starting. So all of us will be receiving live initiations from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism throughout these 21 days. We will be having the live yoga at Vidya Vinyasakrama, and these 21 days packed with powerful sessions. So as it is starting tomorrow, make sure to be there. As Swamiji has just recently announced, Paramashivoham level 1, 2, and 3 will be mandatory to join Kailasa, to become Kailasavasi, and how strong you are with this spiritual foundation that will determine how you will fit in the Kailasa. So we strongly encourage all of you to attend and to be there for all the sessions from the morning to night. We'll be there to assist you in any way possible, and invite all your friends and family to join as well. And with this, we will be concluding today's sessions. We look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow for the main program. And let's now conclude these glimpses of Paramashivoham level 2 with the Purna Mantra, offering our gratitude to Swamiji for everything that we have discovered throughout these multiple days of sessions and all the processes that we have experienced. Let us now chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you all. Nityanandam.
Nityanandam.
Shivoham